Hello, today I'm going to create this video for you about Recurpost and just the basics, like when you're brand new and what's going to happen to you and what I think is important to do. Essentially, if you're the kind of person who can jump on and just do what the wizard tells you, that's all I'm going to do. You probably don't need to watch me. It's like kind of weird marketing Netflix, but there are a few things that come up. If you get stuck, come back and check it out. You might find the solution. So I'm going to start just whipping into sharing the screen. So if you haven't ever joined before, then you need to create yourself an account. This is another email of mine, which is a perfectly good one. I'm just going to make this sort of dummy account because I already have an account. So obviously just all the usual things. Just all the usual things, create an account. I mean, what I like about Recurpost is it is just like a lot of other things, it's a scheduling tool. And yes, there is the whole conversation of, doesn't the algorithm punish you if you use a scheduling tool, blah, blah, blah. But from my perspective, social media posts can serve a few different roles. They can engage you with your people. And then if you've tried that and you're not really getting any traction and no one's really chatting with you, then you can just kind of let it go and go, okay, my people aren't Facebook commenting, hanging out people. And ultimately, it's more like Yellow Pages. It's more like a business card. People are going to engage with me in other ways. And really, when they come to my social media, they're just checking to see if I'm alive or not. That is when I recommend you use Recurpost. Or if you're the kind of person like I find it super draining to create loads of content, but I know that it needs to be really regular, you might use this for 3 or 4 of your posts each week. So on the other days you can jump on and just know you don't have to summons up so much in the moment of your content. So in this, you create a content library. And it can evergreen it if you want. It will recycle your content, which I think is brilliant, because have you ever scrolled like 6 weeks back on a business page and found out that they're reusing their content? Do people even care if you reuse your content? Like if your content is perennially, like if it's always useful and contributes to people's improvement of their life, like why not reuse it? You then set a schedule, and I'll show you how to do that, and then track and tweak. I mean, yes, they do send you a bunch of analytics, which is really nifty. So the first things first is to set up your social accounts. Now I need to just find one that's not set up yet, because it's probably not going to let me really choose anything. Because of cookies, it's going to say, oh no, you can't do that, because I manage so many people's pages. It just generally has a little pissy fit and goes, you've already connected. Here you go. So because I am a admin of this other page that's already got a Recurpost, and these guys and all these guys, I've set everybody up on Recurpost, so I can't actually do that. Cannot add. Let's just go back and see if I can add a different thing. I mean, maybe I can use my Twitter, because like I literally never hang out on Twitter. Let's see if I can get in here. Beauty. So we'll just use Twitter as an example, but normally you will go through and like add all your social media accounts, and you get 3 for free. My favorites are LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. However, it won't automatically post to Instagram for you. What it will do is, let's do a different kind of share. I'm going to do a telephone share now, and I'm going to show you what happens when, how Recurpost will let you know that you have a post. If you want something that will automatically post over for you to Instagram without you having to do anything or press any buttons, I encourage you to use Later, Later. They will let you post. This is their icon here, Later. They will automatically post to your Instagram for you. So what Recurpost does is they send me a little reminder, just like this, Recurpost Instagram post. And so I scroll across, I open it, and the robot just walks me through. So it says post to Instagram. I click that, okay, it just takes me straight to Instagram, where I create a post and off we go. If That is not my Instagram post. That's my business lunch receipt. It's glitching, obviously, but don't let that get you down. It's a really brilliant program, and I'm really happy with that for Recurpost as far as things go, because I don't want to have to do later and Recurpost. So for me, this is beautiful. But you may choose to do Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and then use later for Instagram if you want that auto post and you want to put the extra time in with the scheduling and not on the day when you have to publish your post. So hopefully that made sense. Let's go back to the screen share. Once you've linked up, oh, see, now the beautiful thing is the robot's just going to help you, right? You can just click next. And now content libraries. So they've got some recommendations here for you. I never like anyone telling me what to do. So I usually just go ahead and delete all of these. And what I like to think about is, first of all, I want to make sure I have one that is for my freebies and one that is for my offers. Actually, don't want to do that. Just go back, silly. I'm gonna cancel. How did it get straight to content? We're moving so fast to posts. I feel like you're not respecting me. Let's delete all of them. I have not creating the following. All right, add a new library. So we're going to add a library. Library 1 would be my email list builder, right? So whatever that is, if you've got multiple freebies or you've just got the one freebie, it could be webinar, it could be ebook, it could be a video series, it could be a checklist, whatever you give to people to get them on your email list, I really think that should be one of them. Another library should definitely be my paid offers, right? So work with me. Mine are like about getting a new website, getting social media done for you, doing a strategy session with me, all of those things. So that's mine. Then you might go on to, okay, I've got loads of video content. So I want my YouTube channel, if I know if it's spelled, YouTube channel. I'm going to share a YouTube video once a week. I reckon if you've got a blog, you should definitely be sharing a blog post a week. If you don't have those things, I think a great thing to do is create some memes, some quotes, or some tips that you have for people and creating those. So you might have tips. Another good way to think about your content is, like mine is super easy because I know my people and my topics to me are easy, and hopefully your topics are easy to you. So mine are like, one day I talk about social media, one day I talk about email list builders, one day I talk about Facebook ads. So each day of the week, I talk about something different. Now yours, if you're a wellness coach, you might have one day you're going to talk about mindset, one day you're going to talk about movement, one day you're going to talk about habits. And on each of those days, you have a post that's either, you know, a snippet from your blog or a meme that you make in Canva or just a little tip or some question that you are going to share with people. So if you need a hand with deciding what these are, let me know. I might be able to help you. You can contact me via email or we can do a strategy session and map out your content strategy. So basically we've got our content libraries. Now we're going to move on to content. We have created these libraries. Okay, click next. Okay, so now it's asking you to start making content for your libraries. So what I would do is just make one just to get it off your chest, because if you don't follow its steps, it will kind of nag you and it won't really let you move on. So I'm going to go to my blog. This is how I create social media content. If you're wondering, I go to my website and then I go to my blog. And if I create social media content, this is how I would do it for you. It can be hard for people to do it for themselves because they're so tied in with their own content. Like it's just so much part of their reality that they can't get any space from it. What I generally do is copy the first paragraph, because usually my blog is already beautiful, you know, written well enough that I don't really need to reinvent the wheel. Oh, can't draw it. So then I might just mess around with the spacing a bit, because and I need to delete this. And instead of let's go, I would say check it out here. And then I'm going to have the link, oops, to the actual blog. post, copy that, paste it in here. Now what will happen is the robot will try to generate a preview from the actual page, and if that page has a featured image or something in its settings, then it will steal, like it will automatically steal that. It could be that image, I can't quite remember. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's just got my logo. That's pretty gaggy. So then what I would do is go into Canva and create an Instagram post. That's my current favorite because Facebook is actually using this size as their default for a lot of things now. I would just go through Canva's sexy as heck templates and choose something here that I quite like. Well, I'm not so flowery, this might work for me. And then I might go into photos and just choose a laptop because that's always a winner for me. It can be easy. Like, I know I'm probably making it look a little easier because I've done it a billion times, but it really doesn't have to kill you. I encourage you to find a way that it doesn't kill you. And then again, I would probably steal a bit of that. This will make sort of a funny thing. And I probably actually ungroup this and get rid of some stuff. And I'm probably going to actually put it into my brand fonts because it's good to have just a couple of fonts that you use all the time and, you know, people can identify you. I'm probably going to also find my logo and chuck her on there because it's just nice to splash her around. You know, that's enough for a social media post. You don't have to rewrite a novel over there. It's got to be big enough for people to read. It's got to kind of, you know, look a bit sharp, look your brand colours, look a bit clever, but you know, you're going to give some value in the caption. A bunch of people are never going to see this. So I just don't think you should overthink your social media. It's definitely better to put something out there. I'm now downloading the design as a PNG. Just put some content out there. Like if you're getting caught up in overthinking it, I strongly encourage you to stop that right now. And, you know, it's not ready. Just create some content. Like you can always delete it later. And honestly, hardly anyone's going to see it until you get a bit more traction. So, and if heaps of people are seeing your content, you rock. And you probably know exactly what kind of content to make. You don't really need me to tell you. Okay. So right now we've just got the one library that has one piece of content. That's great. Let's just stick with the wizard and click next because we're going to go to the next step, which is scheduling. And I would like to just briefly show you this. And then, you know, setting it up is, let's talk about that after. Okay. So what we're going to do is set your schedule by adding one or more time slots below. So I usually just like to let the robot choose the best time. Mondays, we're going to post to Twitter. It's going to be from blog because that's the only library that has any content in it. Once all the libraries have some posts in them, we would get to choose from all of that. And this is just deciding on what day, which content are we going to post. So Mondays at the best time, we're going to post a blog-related post, click Add Schedule. So to get you started, that's all you need to do. Let's just wrap up with that one and click Go to Dashboard. Now, next time you log in, you're going to see this. This generally shows you the posts that you had scheduled for each day, but we don't have anything. The next best thing to do is just get used to what is all this stuff up the top, right? Add content, we can do a one-off post or we can add to library. So one-off posts are great. Like now I'm doing some Christmas scheduling. I want to have some posts running on specific days. So they're really cool. But what I love about Recurpost is the add to library. Because as I said, once you get, like if you had 7 libraries, like if you had 7 of these libraries here, what they're calling the content library, and you added 6 posts to each of those. So you'd have to sit down at some point and make 42 social media posts. After 6 weeks, this robot is going to just recycle all your content. And as I said before, like the chances of someone scrolling back through 6 weeks and going, hey, this is the same content as before, is so low. And even if they did, so what? like that's your messaging. That's what you talk about. Yes, you're going to say similar things again and again. So I love the library. I love the one-off posting. So the next excellent step is actually, so editorial calendar is this page here where it just tells you what's scheduled today and what's happened in the past. Content library is a place I go to a lot, and you can see, like I would suggest that you have, say you want to have 3 posts a week. For each of your content libraries, you would have 6 or 7 posts for each. So if you want to post every single day, then you would need, as I said, 42 posts. So then what I do is I just systematically go through them all. I just click on the name of the library and that shows me all the posts I've created. But in this case, I haven't created any. So I'm going to go into my YouTube library and I'm going to find, what was that topic again? Email list builder, right? So I'm going to see if I can find any of these. Oh yeah, look, email, that's about email, but it's not quite right. But let's use it anyway. I'm going to get the URL for this video. Awesome. It'll probably talk to us in a second. Oh no, thank goodness. Click share, get the URL, paste that over. Now it will preview YouTube videos. I still probably don't want it to. It will depend on the platform. Like for Instagram, it doesn't really work. It doesn't generate any link for me. So I would still do the step I did before where I go in here and I choose a template and I make a social media post for it. What I have is I've actually gone through at some point and I've created myself a social media template. I'm just going to see if I can find it quickly. Otherwise I won't waste time. How many is there? That was one. Oh, this could be it. So I've made 7 different layouts here that I'm really pretty happy with. And so all I do is I come in and change the heading and I change the photo. And so I use these different layouts again and again, and I encourage you to do that because it just makes it so easy. Now I can just get my new heading, which was, you know, how to create an email forwarding from cPanel. I just copy that, go into Insta. Oops, wrong one. I go into my existing thing, I just paste her in. I'll just write this. And then I would change this picture, but I might not. And I would just download this and post it up onto Recurpost instead of this YouTube link. Hopefully I can just grab this first sentence and use that as my caption. So potentially, you know, if you have existing content, you've already done a bunch of the work and it doesn't have to be torture. And so that is the whole process, is just to go through and keep adding content so that all your content libraries have content. Then you can go into your schedule, and just make sure that each library type has a slot. So now I'm going to do email list builder. It's got to choose my social media account. And on we go. So initially it can take some time. Like when I first set up my Recurpost, it did take me at least 2 hours to set it up. But what I have now is I just have evergreen content. Plus, each time I make a new blog, it's part of my process that I come into Recurpost and right away at that moment when I publish my YouTube video or my blog, I create a new post in Recurpost and off we go. Things you should know about Recurpost is for free, you're just going to get the 3 accounts. For free, you are not going to be able to post video. For free, you get 100 items in your library, but if you have 3 times a week that you're going to post, you're going to have 33 weeks of content, which is more than 6 months, maybe 7 months of content that's going to just keep working for you. So, and you know, if you got to the end of that time, you might just take some time, go through, look at your posts and see if there's any that you want to retire so that you can put new posts in before you spend money on it. What else should you know? The stuff I mentioned about Instagram, like it won't actually publish to Instagram for you. I don't have anything else bad to say about it. I think it's snappy, flash and fab, and I not even feel that it probably should be, but I think it's a really excellent time-saving tool. I strongly recommend you check it out if you are trying to save time, if you know that you need content. I mean, everybody needs content, honestly. If you work better where you just sit down and pump it out in a chunk than having to do dribs and drabs. This has been kind of a long video now. I really hope this was helpful. Sorry I talk so fast. I'm just trying to go quick because I know what life's like. Pause me, rewatch me. Hopefully that's helpful. If you got stuck, message me. Let me know. Maybe I can help. If you're watching this on YouTube and you liked it, you might give it a thumbs up, but you don't even have to. If you are on YouTube and you'd like to see more videos like this, you could subscribe and then I'll be in your feed. And if you really liked it a lot and you always want to know when I put out a new video, you can turn on your notifications and your computer will literally make a noise at you every time I put out a new video. I really appreciate you being here and I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll see you next time.